Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. Um, I'm gonna give y'all some time to chime in. I don't think I'm gonna be on here but for so long, but I just felt I needed to speak to the people, you know. Um, if you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Also, if you new or you returning, you already know, just hit the like button when y'all come in. Um, it's not really gonna be too long, really. I'm gonna be up here. I just mostly wanted to give this general message to some of the younger folks. You know, I'm wait for y'all to chime in though. Y'all Link, salute, bro. Y'all already know. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a public service announcement for some of you youngins. I say some because I know not all of you gonna listen to the messages that are about to come out my mouth. So for those who actually are trying to get their foot in the door with certain things, the importance of working, you know, the importance of working is definitely getting your, not just getting your stability up, not just getting your paper up, but also trying to build and move forward so you can keep the generational wealth going. You know, some of y'all youngins think getting the fast money is always the way to do it, but it's not. There's legit ways for you to get a dollar without having to go out there and possibly risk your life or your freedom for it. Tay Eats, you already know. Blessings, Queen. Wax Dog, my bro. Salute, man. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. You know, everybody chooses a different path in life. Yeah, we know that. But for those who really are just stuck in the middle, your best bet is just to try to do anything that you know for a fact can generate some sort of revenue, and from there you keep it pushing. The importance of working is also because you might have a job right now, even if it ain't something you want to do, but that'll open up different doors. At some point, you'll social network or you just network with different people, you know? So that is the best thing to do. There's nothing wrong with trying to get money the easy way, but the honest way too, you know? Sometimes the easy way of things ain't always easy. Can't take shortcuts in life, you know? Yeah, Lo, you already know, bro. Salute. You already, you know. But it's the truth. With some of the ways people be thinking sometimes they think that, oh, this is always going to be an easy come up. This is always going to be guaranteed. No. Sometimes you gotta take a chance in life, even if you stumble a little bit and fall face first. Hey, get yourself back up and try again. You know, there's nothing wrong with trying to do for yourself, but also trying to help some way, somehow with your community, your family, whatever, you know. But you also got to make sure, too, you're around the right people that's going to motivate you, too. You know, like I said in my earlier upload, you got to get rid of that word can't and won't. Those is negative cancers in our dictionary that leaves us stuck, you know. It gives that will to say, well, damn, maybe he's right about this, or maybe she's right about this. Nah, whatever your niche is in life, whatever you decide you want to do, as long as you, like I said, as long as you're not harming your community, and as long as you're, bringing some sort of stability to your life, that's the most important thing. You know, can't keep going on thinking everything is just going to be an easy come up, an easy grab, or an easy lick. It's not going to work all the time. Sometimes that easy lick will have your ass in jail, and that's a real rap. You know, I've seen some people that I know that shoot, you basically wasted your life because you want to be out here trying to, get things the smooth way. Like I said, everybody chooses a path in life, but I always felt like this. You know, the younger generation got to understand, just like the older generation got to understand. You know, yeah, we might clash heads at times. There's different views of opinions, but at the end of the day, it should be one common goal, which is trying to come together and build something, especially for your communities. Build. Some of y'all really be moping, crying, and bitching about certain things, but you're not taking active steps. You know, some of y'all know for a fact y'all smart enough to do things, but you just won't do it. You know, as long as it's not affecting you or yours, it's like forget it. But it shouldn't be no can'ts or won'ts. Somebody could tell me right now, man, you can't get this, or man, you can't buy this. Just because you said it don't mean it's not possible. You know, and I always laugh at stuff like that. You got to stop being around the wrong influences because they seem to tend to want to leave you down and keep you where they at. But at the end of the day, everybody has to elevate. Man. Everybody has to elevate. Doesn't matter if it's financially, you know, emotionally or whatever. You're gonna have to elevate. You know, I can say with me, my most thing I could say is I elevated just the way I think. You know, hey Jadia, blessings. You know, the only thing that's changed about me in my life is the way I think. That's it. I've seen the views, and I come on here, I give y'all my views and my perspectives, and just shit I see in everyday life. It ain't just what the fuck is going on here. You know, But I see a lot of the kids are so focused on the internet. So this should be a right time to at least try to reach out to those who are willing to try to do something with themselves. It's not hard to try to get out there and grind, do something honest. Some people actually look for people, whether it's part time or full time. You know, you got to make yourself an active citizen as far as if you want this job or if this is something that you want to do or if you want this career you got to show that you really about it. You want to be determined, and you're not going to give up. And see, that's the problem with some of us lie at. We give up too easy, you know. And I'm just looking at it from a standpoint like, stop giving up on yourselves, man. Stop letting people influence y'all, and stop letting the wrong people tell you that you can't be great. There's no time limit unless it's due to God Himself. Other than that, there's no time limit in life. Get it together, you know. Yeah, sometimes it might look smooth. You might think, I just scammed this person. I just got this lick off somebody. I just came up, took this, and yeah, it's all bread and gravy. But then you taking penitentiary chances, and some of y'all youngins are, if you've never had a fight, you ain't gonna be prepared to fight in jail, especially when you get caught. So I think this should be a time, you know, for some of y'all parents too, to really like get active with your teens, whatever. Make sure they good. Like you don't want them to be another statistic or another number in jail. And I'm just being honest. You know, gotta instill certain things in them because at the end of the day, they came from you. And if you want them to be great, you want them to keep the legacy going. You gotta definitely motivate them in any way, shape, or form. Hey, cookies. And for those who just tuning in, salute to the kings in the chat, blessings to the queens. Please hit that like button. try to get these kids motivated. This will keep some of these kids out the gangs. These will keep some of these kids out of the streets, even if they're not in the game. You know, this will give these kids an opportunity to at least expand their minds and their thoughts and their growth process. Because when they get old, trust me, you're gonna definitely have to be on your swivel no matter what. You know, these kids are impressionable. So once they see adults doing certain things, it's like, oh, okay, if they doing it, I know I could do this when I get a certain age. You know, at some point, like I said, the parents, there's certain things you just gotta make sure you're not doing around your kids. You know, at this point in time, and back to the young folks, at this point in time, it's time for y'all to really get together. You know, 'cause I ain't gonna lie, you kids now got more days out of school than I did coming up. You know, that's a whole fact. You know, y'all got more days out of school than I did coming up. Y'all get a snow day and it don't even be snowing outside, or it just be a little bit of light snowflakes up snow day. We didn't get that. It didn't matter if we got light snow or heavy snow. We was going to school. You know, and it's crazy. Hey, blessings. It's the truth. You know, it's crazy how these kids are really getting too much time out of school. And that's why I say as a community at some point, this is why you gotta definitely like try to figure ways out to keep the kids interested, even when school be out, you know, take them on field trips or even if it's out of state for the day, just get them in tune with different things. So you really gotta do, you know, because at the end of the day, you gotta look at it. Um, the kids only have a certain amount of hours in school, even when school is fully in session, minus the holidays. So at the end of the day, when they come home, you still got to be an active part. You still got to, it's like, it's a never learning process. You know, when it's coming to kids, that's a 24-hour job. Because even when they come home, you still got to help them with certain things. You still got to get them in tune with certain aspects of, learning and everything. So at the end of the day, just got to start sticking together and start doing more for the kids, man. That's really about it. And I really get mad because like I said, you get tired of hearing certain situations where you knew, these kids could have possibly been something, and then it's either a tragedy happens or they end up doing something the way they end up jeopardizing their freedom, you know. And see, this is the thing, you know, when it comes to social media is a gift and a curse in the same token. And I say that because it's a gift for some because this is a way for some people to broaden their horizons, get their messages out, social network and do whatever, even try to build something from interactions. But then it's a curse because some of the things you see on here, it influences the kids to say, oh, okay, this is what I want to see, this is what I like, and it don't always got to be negative. You pushing on these kids. Sometimes the kids want to see something positive. That's why when they see certain grown folks going at it left and right like kids, sometimes they just be like, how the hell am I supposed to listen to y'all? Y'all doing the same shit we do. And you know what's crazy? A couple of weeks ago, I had a situation like that in my area. I wasn't privy to what was going on. Actually, this happened after I finished one of my last lives, you know. So I don't know what the whole situation was, but the one thing I did hear the kids say was, "Explain to me how we supposed to listen to you. You trying to give us advice, and meanwhile you doing the same shit we doing." Years later, when he said that, everything was crickets. So that goes to show you sometimes they are watching and they are looking at every little thing that everybody is doing, not just the kids. They looking at what the adults are doing. So when they see the adults out here wilding out, fighting, cursing, disrespecting, and doing certain shit, they look at it like, well, the fuck am I going to listen to you for? You know? Nah, that's the whole fact, Ryder. You ain't say nothing wrong there, you know. But that's why I said, even for those who are going to do like homeschooling and whatever else, you got to make sure these kids have the proper knowledge on the things they're going to need knowledge on, you know, especially when it comes to math and shoot, just the basic shit. You got some people right now that can't even fucking read past the third grade level. And it's not to make fun of it or nothing. It's just I feel that's the saddest part. Like our education should be the most important thing, period. You know, in order for you to do certain things, you got to be able to articulate with people. You know, you know, and that's the truth. You know, there's certain things that we know for a fact we could change, even when it comes to the school. But like I said, it's a never-ending fight because you got to make sure that almost everybody is on the same page, and sometimes it's not going to be that simple. You know, but as far as trying to build yourself, trying to get yourself prepared for work, or just trying to get yourself into the work field, some of y'all youngins are gonna have to change some of the ways you do things and some of the ways you think. You know, you can't expect to go to a job interview, even if you do have proper attire on. They're not gonna hire you or look at you twice if you come in there with your pants halfway off your ass. You wearing your jacket or your whatever you wearing is bigger than your pants. Your shoes, like it's not to be funny. They just go by what's what. Sometimes that first appearance or that first impression would be an lasting impression on things. You know, some people be scared, or sometimes they just like I said, they'll go off the deep end and already start judging your character, even if you ain't on that hood type of shit. You just following the style like everybody else. It don't matter. They just gonna look at you like, oh, okay, we got another hood booger, we got another gangbanger, we got another this trying to fake do something. Nah, we don't need that here. You know, it's not saying, oh, you can't dress how you want to dress. I always felt like that you should be able to dress whatever you comfortable in is whatever you comfortable in. But then there's days you're gonna have to really get yourself jiggy. How you say it, you gotta get yourself fresh. Gotta do it. Times you do that, that should be for important times. Like you getting yourself cleaned up for a job interview, you getting yourself cleaned up for something that could be a potential career. You know, can't come in there just looking all wild crazy because they'll exit your ass right out the door. That's a whole fact. J Met salute, bro. You know, I'm not trying to even go crazy up here tonight. I just, like I said, I'm trying to reach to some of the youngest because I know some of them be up on here too. You gotta just get yourself together. You know, in order for you to be a productive person in life, you gotta build your work. You gotta build your work portfolio, man. Another thing you need to do is try to build your credit. That's gonna be another thing. Build your damn credit. You know, that's exactly right. Right? You're supposed to dress accordingly for whatever you're going to, man. If you going to a party, you want to look a little spruced out. I bet you going to a job interview or whatever. You might. Oh, that's just like even if you are working. Let's say you a club promoter, you can't come in there just wearing anything. When you promoting and doing certain shit, you gotta have a certain dress with. You know, that's just how it is. You know, ain't nobody gonna hire you if you walking around with your pants off your ass, walking around with these face masks looking like Pooh Shiesty and shit. Like that was another thing that killed me. Yo, another public service announcement to some of y'all youngins. Some of y'all still doing this now, and the weather ain't even changed yet. Certain days it's still been hot. Take off of those Pooh Shiesty masks. That's another thing that's gonna get y'all hurt up and killed, or get y'all locked up. Y'all walking around like this whole summer, niggas walking around with them masks going at 100 degrees outside. Like, bro, you walking around with a hoodie and a mask on, that's already a clear flag right there that you're doing some shit. And that's how, and even if you ain't doing no shit, that's how these niggas will assume that you're doing some shit. Because look what you're doing. You walking around with a hoodie, mask, gloves, and something else. Like, you look like a suspect. Sorry. No way to go about that. You know, y'all gotta stop following all these damn trends. Again, youngins, y'all gotta stop following every trend y'all see. Sometimes it's good to set your own trends. I don't try to follow nobody. I don't try to follow nobody's style. Never did that, never will. I follow what fucking works for me. I wear what works for me. I do what works for me. And that's what some of y'all youngins gotta understand too. It's not that the older folks ain't is trying to come at you, but if you're gonna do whatever it is you're doing, at least be, you know, well dressed and make sure you according to plan. That's it. You know? And you definitely gotta build your credit score up, man. Because sometimes you ain't gonna be able to just use straight cash. You might have to, nah, we need this. It's good to build it up too, because then once you get a certain credit score, you be able to get certain loans, you know, you be able to get certain cars and shit, and you will say, yeah, I bought this or I got this, and I ain't gotta do no leasing, no none of that. Get your credit up the way you know you good, man. You know, and a lot of times you just gotta get certain things in your name. Or once you already got a decent credit score, you know they start sending out things for credit cards and shit. So, you know, work on building your credit and also work on just your work portfolio, man. Don't hurt. And then in the long run, guess what? When you do get, that's as if you do get fucked up, whether it's on the job, whether it's just whatever health reason, and you end up having to stop working, your credit is built up to where you good. You know you good for Social Security. You know you good, period. You know? And even if you can't get Social Security, all right, my credit good enough. I know I could do this, do this, do this, and I know I could get all this out the way. You know? Sometimes you gotta expand your horizons when it comes to thinking. You know? I'm thinking about trying to get into a little few things myself. I'm weighing out the options on certain things right now. But even still, you never too old to start doing anything. As long as you know you got a fucking drive and you can do something, do it. You know? And seeing that's the thing. Y'all gotta stop getting caught up in certain things, like stop getting caught up in the illusion of the glitz and glory, basically. You know? You only have a small handful of these entertainers, whether they in the music business or whatever, that actually have smart investments and actually have earned money the legit way without having to go through whatever door they going through. You know, some people you could tell are blessed because if they ain't getting harmed and if they ain't going through certain things like everybody else, that means that was God intended. Now, when certain things do happen, you know, that's when it takes a scary turn. But I always believed in that being humble at all times. Because God could bless you in the same way God bless you, you could take that blessing right back. You know? And I'm saying it's sad because the things y'all see, the things y'all read, y'all automatically assume that, oh, that's really what it is. All right, we riding with that. Some of y'all creating your own little street gangs and shit like that. But then guess what? In the same token, you're killing each other and fucking up the communities. When y'all could be trying to come together and try to figure certain ways out to try to, you know, keep yourselves from going down a certain route. I'm not gonna lie, even when I wasn't going to the after school centers and shit like that we had, I was still going out doing stuff. You know, I was still out my hood, like going to, like I said, it was not the museum, like whether it was the Rax Museum, the Modern Museum, you know, like it doesn't matter. Anything that had to do with science, anything that had something to do with just any type of learning, I was in there. I was in the zoos, all of that shit. You know, that's how some of y'all kids got to get. If y'all going to be going out doing certain things, go out and go figure something out to where it's like, all right, I could do this. Or you know what, maybe this might give me the idea to say, yo, all right, I got this. Hood TMZ, you already know, bro. But some of y'all gotta inspire each other too, and that's another message for y'all youngins. Y'all gotta stop putting each other down so much. Stop trying to make stop trying to make one person look better than the other, and stop trying to embarrass people, especially when you know later on in the day you're gonna be right back chilling with them. You know, some of y'all do that shit just to try to get under people's skin. Some of y'all do it just because you're heartless. And I'm sorry to say it like that. I've seen some people in life that was heartless and didn't give two shits. But y'all youngins gotta come together. The same way y'all can come together and try to come against some of the older folks for even trying to just give you some sort of knowledge. Y'all should be able to come at it yourselves when y'all fucking up. Y'all supposed to be able to correct certain wrongs. Period. You know? And that's the thing. There's a lot of different trades. It's not even just trades, bro. It's mad shit that people could get into. You know, they still have, if you in New York City, they still got some of you programs and shit. And if not, if you in school and you got working papers from your guidance counselor, you can find you a little something to do, man. A lot of y'all just don't want to put your best foot forward because you're scared to fail. There's nothing wrong with failing. Everybody's going to fail in life. Don't matter what it is. Everybody's going to fail at some point. But guess what? You pick yourself up, you learn from that failure, and then you bounce back. That's it. Some of y'all gotta just really choose the friends that you around. Again, youngins, some of y'all gotta choose the friends that you are around. Because some of those friends will get you into some shit. And once it gets to that point, it's like there's no coming back. Because even if you ain't got nothing to do with what's going on, you are somewhat guilty by association. And that be the shit that fuck everybody up. Guilty by association. So some of y'all youngins gonna definitely have to do whatever, man. Y'all gonna have to put y'all thinking caps on. Your parents gave you life, so you can continue life and continue the lifespan, keep it growing. And at the end of the day, I don't know what's wrong with y'all, but it seemed like y'all just really letting entertainment and the streets give you more value than anything. You know, the streets is a myth. The streets is undefeated. Same way with social media, it's undefeated. You know, but y'all youngins is gonna have to realize you can't follow every trend and you can't follow everything you see on social media. You know, even with some of these, and this is another thing, some of these challenges is getting annoying. Like, I granted, you know, it's part of the algorithm, is quote unquote entertaining, but then after a while, that shit gets repetitive. You know, time you sitting there doing certain things, you could be actually trying to get your foot in the door somewhere. You know, I done seen some of these young folks, if they ain't get a job, they get internships in certain spots. Shoot, one of my men's, his younger brother just graduated from, I think he about to be an A&R engineer. I'm not even sure again. He just graduated with some honors. So, you know, like I said, it doesn't matter if you young, middle age, old. You ain't never too old to learn and put your foot in the fucking soil and do something. Especially if it's something that you love, something that you're passionate about. I'm sorry, y'all. Just really, just like I'm trying to say this the best way possible without sounding like a prick, you know. But again, for you youngins, you have to start doing better. If you ain't gonna make it, if you ain't gonna do nothing to benefit yourself, if you're not gonna do something to at least benefit the people that put you on this earth, you owe them that much. I'm sorry. You owe your parents that much. And I'm gonna say that again. You owe your parents that much. The least you can do is try to make yourself productive, one way or another. Not saying everybody's gonna be a saint, but at least at least do something to where your mom's is happy, your pops is happy. Do something that that's gonna keep you out of jail and keep you from being 6 feet deep, basically. You know, a lot of you kids got talent. A lot of you kids have talents that you probably don't even know you got. And that's the thing. When you got those type of people that got talent, but they don't know what their talent is, you got to be around the right people. You know, sometimes it is necessary to be around the right influences because that's when some people who are quiet about their talents, they show their talents and it prospers from it. You know, positive energy is always the best way. You know, I'm not always the most positive person, but one thing I ain't gonna do, I ain't gonna shoot you down while you down. And anytime you come to me with anything, shit, that shit is in my safety box. So it's never going nowhere. You know, I'm one of those type of people. Like I said, if I can't help you one way or another, I'll try my best. And that's the way we gotta be right now. At this point, that's the way we gotta be. We want these kids to move forward. We want them to definitely have a grasp and a strong firm on life and just handling the day ins and day out. We gotta definitely be more in tune with them. And some of y'all parents gotta stop being friends with your kids. And vice versa. Some of y'all kids gotta stop thinking y'all cool with y'all parents or y'all parents equal. I'm from that old school era. It wasn't no kids being around a bunch of adults while adults was doing whatever they was doing. And even though some of the kids probably been like, well, why we can't, no, you can't be around here. I always felt like that. Y'all gotta stop being friends with your kids. Some of y'all take that shit to the extreme. Like, no, a parent's supposed to be a parent. There's levels to everything in life. The parents are definitely supposed to be the teachers and hold down the forefront. And y'all supposed to rule with a strong will and an iron fist. Sometimes the kids are going to test your patience. That's why I say I'm a firm believer in certain things. But it's a respect level on both ends. Some of y'all youngins got to be respectful because the same way you could go disrespect somebody that's older than you, imagine somebody was disrespecting your parents. Y'all be quick to fight, or some of y'all don't even fight. Y'all be quick to go grab a weapon. I'm just going to say it like this. If you don't want nobody talking about anybody in your family, don't be disrespectful. Like I said, there's a respect level when it comes to certain things. Gotta have boundaries. And you definitely gotta have some self-control. That's another thing, youngins, y'all gotta have some self-control. The reason why I'm telling y'all all this shit is because I was a youngin. Like everybody was in here a youngin. Might have been young and dumb to a degree, but we grew older and wiser, you know. So I'm saying this right now, technically to the young and dumb crowd. Y'all gotta get it together, man. Sharpen your minds up. Make your parents proud. Make your families happy. Be successful. Don't stop your grind and don't stop your thinking process because you got the wrong negative people around you. At the end of the day, you're supposed to be your own person. You're not supposed to be like everybody else. I think if the man upstairs wanted everybody to be like each other, he would have did so. But then again, there's balance to this shit. There's levels to this shit, and y'all have to tip the scale sometimes, even if it's in your favor to try to win. Gotta try to do something. Grasp life while you got it. There are some people who didn't wake up today. There are some people who are never probably coming home from jail. So on those two levels, if you blessed to still be free and you still blessed not to be 6 feet deep, you better fucking take all the advantages you can. And that's a fact. You have to. You know, when they offer up trades and stuff like that, like some of y'all be saying you want to do this, okay. Well, when these programs come out, y'all need to go fucking do it. You know, we know certain programs ain't always free. We know that, but then for the ones that are free, take up on it. You know, nothing wrong with getting your hands dirty. You want to be a mechanic, you want to have to learn. Shoot, you want to actually build cars, you gonna have to go to school and learn. You know, unless you lucky enough to have family that's knowledgeable of things or got their own set of businesses. You got to learn something. You got to start from the bottom and work your way up. That's another thing, youngins. Y'all have to understand that quick money shit is a quick way for your ass to lose your life or your freedom. Sometimes it's good to just say, you know what, I'm a step out of this lane and stay in this lane. If you're good at art, good at anything, you're good at what you good at doing commentary, what you good at making clothes, anything that you know you good at and that you know you definitely got a talent for, push that shit to the limit. I got and if you multi-talented, definitely push whatever avenues you can push. Like I said, as long as you're making a push for life, that's the most important thing, y'all. Again, make your parents proud, you know, especially for those who are lucky to still have their parents while they here. Definitely do the best you can while they here. Because when they gone, it ain't gonna be the same. It's definitely not gonna be the same. I just feel like I said, it's a two-way street when it comes to this. Y'all youngins got to get yourselves in tune and get yourselves right, and parents, y'all gonna have to start getting these kids right. You know, and in certain situations, even if you have to intervene, you just gonna have to do what's best. You know, just felt I needed to come up here and say that though, because at the end of the day, these kids are supposed to be the future. They supposed to be the strong front for the future generations too. But if they following and falling in the same traps, it's never going to work. And it is important to work because, like I said, when you decide to go for another job or you going for another career, whatever it is, they want to see that you have an active work portfolio. Even if you was at the same job for at least 5 years, at least that's something that's letting him know, all right, well, he been here for a minute, or he been doing this and this and this, okay, or he been in this field, okay, we could use somebody like that, you know. And for those who are old enough, for those youngins that are old enough, I would say like 18 and over, it don't hurt to try to. It don't even matter how it sounds. It don't hurt. If you do got the money or if you do got whatever, try to get your feet in the door with certain jobs. You know, like if you know you could possibly spring for security license or something else, do it. Any avenue you decide to maneuver in, as long as you good, as long as you got the right people around you, And as long as you got a good support system, sky's the limit. You can't let them infiltrate your mind with negatives like I can't, you ain't, nah, can't say that. Right now, somebody could tell me, nigga, you ain't gonna be shit for the rest of your life. You think I'm really supposed to listen to that? When I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing now, I'm working, I'm taking care of my family, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Nah, that's just another, that's like a mosquito running past your face. Swat that shit right on off and keep it pushing. I gotta be strong with it, man. Sometimes I gotta stop letting certain temptations dictate your flow of things. You know? At the end of the day, it's up for the kids to carry on the legacies of the family, especially when the matriarch and the patriarch are gone. Y'all gotta hold it together, stand firm. You know, I've seen some families that come from a long line of brothers and sisters, and half of them really don't even get along with each other. You know, there shouldn't be no division, even when it comes to family. Even though we know sometimes certain ones can do certain things, I feel like if it wasn't a line that was crossed that wasn't that serious, it could be worked out. But again, y'all youngins got to get in tune with what's going on. Y'all, it's like y'all want respect, but in some tokens, y'all not giving the same respect back to those who are showing you respect. Not all these old people are trying to sun you, like how they say. They ain't trying to sun you, or they ain't trying to. No, some of them are trying to convey a message, and even if some of them got to try to get in tune with you one way or another, that's what they'll try to do. You know, I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, I'm from that era where whether we was running the streets wild crazy or not, we knew certain things we wasn't supposed to be getting into. We had people that would intervene regardless. And they wouldn't come at us funny or nothing. They would just say, "Hey, come here, young man. Let me speak to you real quick. I know your mama. Let me holler at you real quick, man. Especially if you was doing something real wild. That's how they used to do it. Yeah, let you know off the heart. But yo, listen, I done seen your son or I done seen your daughter, but I got them straight. You know, I granted to a degree, it seems like there's always going to be a generational gap between older folks and younger folks. That's just, but even back in the day, there was a certain level that both didn't cross. But nowadays, levels are just being crossed at an all time high. You know, again, some of y'all youngins are gonna have to stop just being around older folks, especially if those older folks are influencing you to do the same wild fuck shit. Not everybody's going to grow up mentally. You know, some people are going to be stuck in junior high in their brains. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but it's the truth. Some people are going to understand I can't be young forever. I can't be a fuck up forever. And I can't just be out here assed out forever. I got to get together some way, somehow. You know, I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna probably talk about something else real quick, and then I'm gonna jump off this shit. Um, Again, general message for y'all youngins: in order to get respect, you gotta earn it. And sometimes you have to give respect in order to get it. You can't just be disrespecting and wilding out. It's like that's just like you wilding out on one of these older folks. That could be that same older folk when you going for a certain job, might be that one hiring. That's why they say be mindful of what you say and do to others, because that's gonna be that could be either your upbringing or that could be your downfall. I done watched a couple people out here, it's old nigga this and oh that fat bastard this and yada yada yada, and it been the same people that cried later, and I just shake my head like, See, you should have just shut your mouth. You know, sometimes you have to be wary of the things you say, especially to certain adults, because these certain adults probably have your ass in a better position than anything. You know, and y'all gotta understand this too. There's nothing wrong with listening sometimes. Listening and hearing and understanding the whole message that's being conveyed to you. You know, you want a better life, stop just thinking a better life is, oh, I'm going to be this or I'm going to be doing this just to get that bread. Even if you want to do music, all right, but guess what? You still got to live within your means. And don't put yourself in no positions to where you might possibly have to fight for your shit. You know, it's all right to be flashy from time to time, but then other times you got to be humble because you know you have ignorant people who will do any and everything to try to get what you got. And if you're not going to stand on it, or if you're not going to at least be able to be ready for it when it happens, you don't need it. See, I can be honest with you. I think I've been old school since the bone because I never believed in jewelry, really. I never really wore it, never really understood it. Shit, as you see, I ain't got no piercing. So that just goes to show you, I'm really old fashioned when it comes to certain shit. I don't believe in flashing certain things that don't need to be flashed because that gives people that attention. Like, oh, okay, it probably be it. No, it's not going to be that. And I feel like this should be a service announcement for those youngins that are harming the people just because they feel they can do it. I feel as corny that you would harm somebody or even kill them over some bullshit that you could have worked hard and got yourself. You're doing it because you want to do it. But then the same token, you are harming and you taking away from the preservation of life, man. You're bugging. Like I never understood that. And then let's keep this from a regular standpoint, from a square. Some of y'all robbing these people and you don't even know some of these people worked hard to get what they had to get.